channel. We chilling, we peaceful. What's going on here, man? Let the views go in, man. What's shaking out here? Talk to me. I let it do the 2, 3 minute run. We outside, we inside, baby. We everywhere. Got the L ski rolled up. I'm just gonna take a couple of hits, maintain the stogie bogey. But what up, folks? It's a lot to talk about, man. I hope Nene come through, man, so we can talk about Philly, man. Another beautiful day, man. I love these glasses. Can't hear shit but me, man. What's going on, folk? How y'all doing? It's $8, random. We in the building. It's a Friday. Yeah, what's going on, Christy? How you doing, mama? What's poppin', man? We in the building. You know how that go. How you doing today? I hope everything going well. Thank you for the thumbs up already. We've been having great combos, great unity. So I appreciate my crew. I appreciate everybody. But what up, folk? Hold on. Let me just. I want to bake this L before everybody come in. You know what I mean? Yo, what's good, Cool Breeze? What's popping, baby? I'm tight too. Don't get it twisted. I love the Knicks, but and yo, the way Jalen Brunson play, it's always like it's like a playoff game, man. That's why I like what was it like last year? I swore the Knicks was gonna make it, man. We So if you don't know, last year we was crowded all up in Madison Square. They had to stop it because I think we made it to the round with the Celtics and motherfuckers was hanging off the joints on top of buses. Ah! So shout out to New York, man. Hornets going to be a problem in the playoffs. Shout out to the Hornets, man. And I've been telling y'all, right? I've been saying LaMelo Ball, the Hornets. This is almost 2025. I was like, yo, they got a good team around him, man. That's all he needed was a great team around him. But what up, Cool Breeze? What up, Christy? How y'all doing? Hope everything good in your lives. I'm just gonna bake this a little bit so we can get it out the way. You ready? But yeah, man, what a great game yesterday, man. Knicks went all the way to Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? And caught that L ski. But it's good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks are due, though, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Smoke up, say that's what's up, Christy. I ain't gonna lie. The Knicks are due. You know? What was it, 80, 86 on them? I think. Yo, y'all make me happy as hell. What up, y'all? But yeah, man, maintaining. You know what I mean? I'm gonna wait for Nene to get in here because I heard something about Philly trying to raise taxes. Yo, that is one of the most diabolical shits ever. Like when it dealing with politics, like for what if everything else fails, let's just keep raising taxes and keep fucking people over. Like if all fails, because we've been. That's why I can't wait for us to revolt because we've been counting on them. We've been taking their truths. We've been dealing with their shits for however years we're alive now, man. I'm 44, so 44 years. My mom's been biting. Oh, don't worry, Poppy. Life is yo. Don't worry, they're not gonna do that to us. Yo, don't worry. They destroyed the middle class, man. Now it's either you got it or you don't. That's a real line now, man. We definitely paying back for them stimulus checks on a greasy route. You know what I mean? That's why I was like, why they do it then? Like they should have just said, "Look, everybody, uh, rent is rent is froze. Thing da 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 da." And a lot of places rent wasn't froze. You know what I mean? Meaning like they accumulated that bill. So when COVID was done, they came to you like, "Yo, you owe 23 bands." Like, wait, what? The government said, "Nope." Landlords are landlords are one of the greediest creatures on earth. CEOs who fire hundreds of workers just to have their own little, what they call that, like a little buyout, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But damn, man, I learned it when I saw uh the Griswolds Christmas Vacation, right? So in Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase was the whole thing was he wanted to get he wanted money for a pool, right? So they hype as fuck. He opens up his check and he's like, yo, I think yo boss man, I think you fucked up here, boss man. And the boss is like, no, we didn't. Meanwhile, the boss gave himself, wild money and this, that. So the whole movie was based around that. At the end, they got their paper. Movies always ended great. That's why we were always like, we always had hope because even in our movies, they ended like, don't worry, you can still do it no matter what. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you, Cool Breeze. Nene, yo, Nene. I waited for you, mommy. Yo, what's going on? I heard Philly trying to raise their taxes, man. That lady mayor is bugging. Let me tell everybody, you can't fix anything with taxes. You can't. Because if they're fucking up the first money, they're gonna fuck up this money too. Think about the amount of schools that closed since we've been alive. Think about the amount of fucking programs that been disintegrated. I remember they used to have after school programs all day. What up, Vic? I don't know how you. Oh, you look at her picture. What up, Nene? Welcome in the building, Nene. What's up, Vic? What's up, everybody? I hope everybody doing good. Debt on top of debt never gets paid off. And then they look at you and go, you pay your bills, you pay your credit. And then you go to Manhattan and you see that debt clock and you're like, but you're not paying your bills. You're not paying your debt. Yo, they are tricking us for real, man. I think the whole world is in on it. I think all of them are in on it. I think all of them have dinner together. I think they laugh about how they created a war in Ukraine and this money, the energy, they fucked up the energy because of it. Think about it like this. Life was running great. We didn't tell any of these people to start wars or do things. It's like we have no control, man. And now these motherfuckers got bunkers and submarines. So even if we charge their crib, they gonna, go somewhere else. They already got islands that they all designated to. That's what that Epstein Island really was. It was just a rich island, you heard? But shout out to everybody. Hope everybody doing good. Like, subscribe. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks for the love. Yo, the last week we've been wilding with dialogue. So I appreciate everybody. Good looking, good looking. But yeah, man, it's a motherfucking tragedy, man. I know. That's all they doing. That's all they been doing, man. Fucking up that debt, fucking up money. Niggas think they got bread. Yo, you see what's going on with the stocks? I just looked at my portfolio, my assets. Yo, my shit is still, thank God, you know what I'm saying, at whatever tier I'm at right now. Yes, Zay Dollar does the right thing with, financials ever since I met my wife, you know what I'm saying? Because in New York, you live in check to check for real, man. Like, people be thinking, like, I'm surprised we still dress good. You know what I mean? We manage because New York people think like we just dress to dress. New York is like a fashion, it's the fashionista of the world. You know what I'm saying? I know they say Europe, but I think New York is. But we don't mean it. We just like to dress fly. You know what I'm saying? But I already told motherfuckers, man. You live and you learn, man. And if you get to a certain point in life and you haven't learned already, it's like, what the fuck you been doing on this earth, man? Skating through life. You know what I mean? A lot of us is working. A lot of us been putting in that. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's diabolical. I'm on Indeed. I'm trying to like any type of gig. Nigga, I clean toilets right now. Nope. Even that is not around. I'm not fucking up the car doing Uber Eats for fucking $40 a day and then I wasted 150 in gas. You can hold this L, man. You can hold this sausage. You heard? Even cable. Like, yo, favorite movie. I'm gonna go Goonies, man. Let me just go Goonies, man. But yo, man, how they squeezing us on every aspect, on every tier. And then I've been seeing videos about boomers talking about, yeah, I think we messed up. I think our greediness, we fucked up the housing market, meaning like, they were buying cribs for 40K, 50K. Then they wanted to sell them 3, 4 times. You know what I mean? And at the time, when you do 3, 4 times for 50, that's 200. That's only, that's one, like, but when you do that to 200, nigga, that's 600K, nigga, for the same crib, and you didn't even do anything. And then when I buy it, the boiler's fucked. I got to do the roof again. Tiles are falling. Nah, man, I ain't jacking it. Like Scream or something. Like, yeah, what's going on? Verhagen, how you doing, Verhagen? But yeah, man, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, just make sure things are copacetic in this world, man. Girls will be girls, I'll tell you that one. World will be falling apart, motherfuckers. Women will still look for makeup, yeah. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You know what it is, man. We've been doing this, man. We've been, you know what I mean? Making sure the dialogue stays consistent, making sure my mind is focused. You know, people be thinking it's like, yo, it's easy. Yo, my nigga, I'm coming off the fly. You know what I mean? That's just the gift of the gab, man. I appreciate you, mama, for that one. But yeah, man, it's fucking Earth. I just saw on the news the ladies like, we gonna raise taxes in Philly. And I'm thinking to myself, Philly, zombie land Philly. Philly that's already broken and need motherfucking help. So you gonna raise the taxes on the people that are barely keeping it afloat? Yo, why are they murdering cities? Why is California, New York, Chicago, Miami, like why are they murdering cities? Why do they want everybody to go into the outskirts? It would have been great when things were in like, jobs with remote view. Fuck it, I go to Montana. But then they started breaking that apart, making people go back to work, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Just so they could fire you. Like, yo, they did niggas greasy, B. Yo, come back to work, y'all. Yeah, layoffs. Peace. Have a great one. What? Yo, nigga, I was sitting in the crib perfectly fine, man. Big toys, you heard? Them big things that go bada bing, bada boom. But if you do your due diligence, man, that's why I think, Rihanna became a billionaire just off of makeup, man. 1,800 two-bedroom piece of trash, and right outside the crib, motherfuckers is scratching their arm off. Yo, cause they added something, so they added something like horse trank, right? And it's funny because horse trank been around. That's ketamine, I feel like, right? A lot of my white friends used to do ketamine. Yo, dude, I'm in a motherfucking K-hole, man. And I'm like, um, if somebody beats you the fuck up, are you okay? No, man, you can't feel nothing, nigga. You lucky I'm around, nigga, and not somebody. You know what I mean? Like, it's like 55 next month, nasty. You know, man, I know your age, Nene. Oh. But yeah, man, it's like, the fuck going on in this earth, man? And then New York is like, I hit my mans all the time in NY. Yo, what's popping out there, man? Yo, prices is through the roof, man. Yo, a pack of Newport was nearly $20 in Manhattan, right? But if you go to the Boogie, you could get the shit still for like 11, 12. Even though they're the cheaper pack, you know what I mean? Yeah, ketamine is a horse. They put in horse tranquilizers on top of the motherfucking fentanyl, on top of whatever chemical uh fucking Breaking Bad they doing. They got this thing with they got this thing horse tranquilizers. So what's happening is back to what I was saying, random niggas is fucking scratching their arms off, B. When you go to Kensington, look, my cousin live in South Philly, so it's bad, man. I don't know if that's in the same area, but it's bad, man. Yo, me and my cousin is 2008, 2006, 7, right? We drove to Philly. We rented a van. We drove to Philly just to visit my cousin, me and my cousin, right? On guard, it's 3, 4 in the morning because, we driving there. We finally get there, right? It took a couple hours. We left at like 10, 11. But long story short, these little kids was like 7, 8 years old. They ran up to the car and was like, yo, y'all need weed? By the way, the weed, whoa, nigga, was you selling grass? But yo, they were outside. Like, I was like, yo, Philly is wild, man. with the attic edge, bro. What's going on, cool? But it's just bugged out, man. How much like you know what I mean? Shit is going on, man. They flesh, they flesh is getting literally eaten from the inside out, man. Because if you don't know why you scratch, so it started with Percocets, man. Percocets was like when motherfuckers took it, niggas was scratching, right? Because there's something about certain pills, certain chemicals that are in your body. Your body literally is telling you, nigga, this is not cool. Whatever you gave me, I'm gonna scratch it out of you. You heard? It's like coming out the pores. They always say that it comes out your pores. That's why random, shout out to my Italianos, man. A lot of Italians like to eat sandwiches, right? So I had a friend, I don't know what it was, but he smelled like deli meat, man. Then they but he loved his sandwich. Yo, cuzzo, how you doing, cuz? You know what I mean? We're gonna fucking go over here. I forgot it was called damn, it's in Red Hook. It's a famous yo, Nene, I looked up Scarfo, the dude you said you yo, I knew Mafia, right? But I ain't know that nigga was Mafia. That I heard he had a Corvette, used to fly down Philly. Respect, cuz, you know what I mean? That's why I used to like Mafia, man. Because look, check this out. Mafia used to have their enemies, right? You know what I mean? And but there was always like yo, cuz you can't kill him. You know what I mean? We gotta get the word from the boss. You know what I mean? We gotta everything was done the right thing. That's that word, not they got a word that they abide by where it's like we don't snitch, we don't fucking sell drugs, you know what I mean? We like I used to love the mafia for that. Shout out to John Gotti, shook his hand, you know what I mean? But holy moly, man. Scoffo, you said something. But yeah, that I looked him up. Yo, they said that man was the man in Philly, man. That dude was epitome of mafioso, cuz straight up, man. I ain't gonna hold it, man. Cause if you look up Carroll Gardens in 1990, all the way I left at 2001, two. That neighborhood was mafia. Yo, you had the John Russos, you had the Paul Pesci's, you had the fucking you know what I mean? All these cool fucking Italian names, man. Vinny Boombots. You know what I mean? I used to call niggas Vinny Boombots. Yo, I had a I had a black kid named Eddie and a white Italian kid named Eddie. I called Eddie Spaghetti, Eddie Meatballs. Spaghetti and Meatballs when they were together. I swear to God, nigga. Great times, man. Great times, man. Oh, that nigga still alive. Joey Merlino. Yo, Joey Merlino. I heard Joey used to get it popping. Like he was like a wild YN, son. I heard Joey, yo, let me just say that, man. I hate, overly talking, man, because shout out to them, man. Respect. You heard? Because, I love when they go, cuz, no disrespect. But you're fucking movie like getting you back in the BK. Shout out to motherfucking Brooklyn, man. Yo, Staten Island, Philly, Chicago. Listen, Chicago, y'all. We know Florida. Modine, I see you on stream with Neon. What up? What up, everybody? But I wish I was on stream with Neon, man. But yeah, man, that is so crazy. Joey Merlino, man. And he doing interviews, but yo, a lot of them, I love how they do interviews. You see, no disrespect, but you see a rapper like, yeah, man, I seen the hit. It was on Third Street, da 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 da. And then, they asked him a question. He goes, yo, so now that you're not part of the mob. No, I was never part of the mob. Like they make sure that you ain't gonna trip me up. You know what I mean? Like, whoo. But yeah, man, I love looking up like mafia history because they were moving in the streets while everybody was wilding. You know what I mean? They always kept keep it low, man. That's why John Gotti kind of fucked it up. You know what I mean with the flashiness because they never was like that, man. Yes, they wore fine suits. Yes, they dressed and had a nice Cadillac. But they weren't, you know what I mean, pushing like, yeah, we're making 20 bands a day. None of that. What? Yo, imagine we link up there. Cause I love doing things like that. Going to spots where it's just wild that like he owns a cheesesteak, but whatever, man. That's amazing. That's a beautiful thing, man. Shout out to that, man. But yeah, Joey Merlino, of course, Gotti, Sammy the Bull, this guy, that the Gambinos, and this is what I mean about the last name, y'all. The last name held so much. Their last name, man. You go to Italian restaurants, they're all there eating dinner with the family, this, that. You know what I mean? If they catch you outside, if the uncle saw you doing wrong or anybody, they would be like, yo, go home, go home. You know? You want me to take you home? They do that too. You want me to take you home? Yo, beautiful, man. And they own buildings. They just, they use that money wisely, let's just say, man. All over the union in New York, every union I went to, every fucking, you know, every one of my what they call them, it starts with an F. Foreman, right? My foreman were, hey, how you doing, Zay? What are you doing? You all right, cuz? Have a good day. Thanks for working hard, brother. You know what I mean? I always got love for them. Ocean Parkway and Bensonhurst was straight mafia back in the day, man. You were bouncing around New Utrecht, but then you hitting Bay Ridge and keep going Bensonhurst, motherfucking bomb, nigga, Ocean Parkway, all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Till you get to almost, you know what I mean? Because then you get to Coney Island. You know what I mean? If you take Ocean, but yeah, man. Shout out to the Italianos, man. I have them because I grew up with them boys. You know what I mean? That was one fucking crew I loved, man. I really loved them, man. I'm trying to do this style, y'all. Comb it this way. Like a little fucking white boy, cuz. And I love that they always used to dress, you know what I mean? With suits, and it's a beautiful time, man. Man, Michael Franche, bro, he's all over. That dude is, what he was doing, I heard that man was making bank. Damn, Nene, you really do know a lot of stuff, man. Ocean Parkway in Bensonhurst, yes. I need to go. We gotta go. I promise, man. Bring the wife, you bring your hub, and we check this out, right? And then talk. We could have a whole thing about the mafia, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's just such a great culture because they shut their mouths, right? And so they didn't, but until they just shut their mouth, did their time. I know this young girl, her dad was doing like 10 years because he just shut his mouth. You know what I mean? They were like, he could have avoided it, but he shut his mouth. And then when he came out, they gave him, thanks for doing that for me. Mwah. I love the kiss. I love kiss. How you doing, cuz? You know what I mean? Forget about it, you know what I mean? But great times with my Italian friends, man. We used to go to this club in Metropolis. It was in Queens. Predominantly Italianed out, man. And every time I would go there, I swear to God. And this is back then, look, a lot of people don't understand. Like, there's some friends that just, you just go out with them. But Italians, man, when you go out with them, they go, yo, Zay, what do you want? Yo, let me get a Corona with a lemon, man. Yo, let my guy get 2 Coronas. I got you, Zay. Don't worry. When a man says that, like, I got you. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? Like, the money ain't nothing to them, right? They just want you to have a good time. You having a good time, Zay? Like, they would literally come over to me like, I'm chilling, dancing. Everything good. Nobody bothering you, right? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Thank you, Pop. Because it'd be all Italians in this club. But thank God for my nostril game. It kind of, kind of blended me in a little bit. But, man, I love my Italian peoples, man. Joe Fontana, man. Shout out to the Fontanas, the Genovese, man. Was a drugstore back then. That was the good old days. Stuff is low key now, like it should. Thank God it is, man. Like, isn't that funny? That was one organization I rooted for. I was like, please. Every time I would watch like Goodfellas or anything, please let everybody makes it good, right? Please, please. Good morning. What's going on, Justin? I need you on the coffee. I'm about to vibrate out this chair. What's going on, Justin? Yeah, man. Coffee will do it to you, man. And coffee, people don't understand, man, on a Latino or just a worldwide thing. My grandfather would make, we would stay over my grandfather's a lot, right? But he would make breakfast, and he would serve me and my cousin coffee. And we're like, Grandpa, no, oh, ¿tú quieres leche con más azúcar? He loved, milk with the sugar. But damn, man, he used to try to, give us coffee and shit. But it was a thing. It really was a thing, man. Shout out to the coffee drinkers, man. Yeah, it's getting little spicy right now, man. Getting a little spicy for the kids. Sorry, man. It's getting a little spicy, man. I don't dig that. Oof. You know? Like yesterday, 10 in the morning, I could shiesty it up to 11. Now it's, woof, yup. Spring is coming. Spring is here. I can't drink coffee anymore. Heart beats like a mother. And that's another thing. I I always had a couple of people that were different, right? Some people use coffee so in the morning they could go to the bathroom. Yo, cuz, I gotta do number two, drink my coffee, bada bing, bada boom, you know what I mean? And then other people are just addicted to it gives them that extra punch to, wake up in the morning. And then other people, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's like it does, like coffee is, coffee beans, man. It's almost like cocoa beans, man. Them shits are strong as hell, man. And then they got various ways of doing coffee. They sometimes they feed it to a cow and then they strain it through the manure and then your coffee. It's just wild methods. But shout out to coffee, man. And 87 in Phoenix going to be 100 later today. It's 87 in Phoenix going to be 100. Damn, Justin, what the hell? And that's 100. Like, is it humid though, or just it's just hot, right? Yeah, I think we went to Arizona and it was like. My wife tells me all the time, yo, that weather in Arizona is wild. All right, I gotta take a couple more drags, man. Sorry about that. But yeah, man, like I said, man, I started this chat. I wanted to say what up to Nene and tell her that I saw the mayor trying to raise taxes in Philly. She's telling me that since back then, prices been going up, Zay. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? But it's like they're making this world very hard, man. That's Philly, man. It's still cold as ice. So is Philly like New York? So when is it? April, January, February, March, April, May, June? Or April, May, it gets better in Philly? Or is it just, I know Philly, brotherly love, man. That place was always cold, you know what I mean? That East Coast, you know what I mean? The whole East Coast, New England and Boston. I love those videos that you see, like it's so cold in some places that they'll pour water, and as soon as the water hits the air, it like fucking does like an icicle. It's fucking gorgeous. And the April, thank you, Nene. I appreciate you, mama. You're one of them ones, Miss Lady. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's funny. Let me just tell you, I'm doing this so much that like I said, I'm watching and I'm like, oh shit, Philly. And then I'm like, yo, Nene, like, yo, I can't wait to tell her, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they doing us greasy, man. Up and down with these prices. They say the war's over, but that. Philly a couple of years ago in weird weather, it was humid and cold. Never felt anything like that. I was like, take me back to Phoenix. Isn't that funny though? Like your body literally has to acclimate to certain countries or even states. You know what I mean? Especially like what is it? Is it Utah? Which are the ones? Colorado mountains, right? Like those that the air quality you have to Utah like got to get your and people don't understand that affects your blood flow. It coagulates, meaning like it gets thicker, whatever. It's a lot of fucking bodily things that happen, but obviously the body is an amazing thing, so it does acclimate. You do adapt very soon, hopefully sooner than later. But yo, I'm watching this TV show right now. It's called Hijack with my boy Idris Elba. Shout out to Idris Elba. He's been working hard. And then when you see the plight of the actors where we thought they were all getting paid this crazy number. And it's like, nah, man, some of them, so that's why you see a lot of actors working the way they work is because of that. I wonder how because Samuel L. Jackson is I think he leads in the amount of movies he's made, you know what I mean? Overall as an actor. But, I hear, like I always tell people that I keep forgetting his name, man, Terrence Howard. They paid that man 12 bands for that Pimp movie he did. And I'm like, 12 bands? I thought niggas was getting millions. Like, that was a good movie, man. It won for good music. I think Outkast won a Oscar for that one. So shout out to that movie, man. Hustle and Flow, I believe, man. And the April, thank you. They keep spraying the skies to keep us with low vibration. That's a fact, Nene.
Hi, what's up? What's going on, James? Welcome back. And yo, are y'all not seeing meteor like news headlines of meteors falling? Yo, random shout to Artemis 2. Artemis 2. They're going back to the moon, ladies and gentlemen. 50 years since we last went to the moon. 50. Why? We don't know. They don't tell us shit. One minute it's a lie, the next thing like, and I hate, I hate those things that go, we're gonna tell you who, the JFK thing 60 years. Like they wait for everybody that was around that period to die and then they'll release. Like it's just bugged out. Nah, there's no aliens. Next minute, yo, there's aliens. Nah, so whatever they say, I don't really believe. I never believe them. You know what I mean? News is, and news is, how like whatever state you in too could feed you a different, you know what I mean, propaganda tool than other, whatever. It's just bugged out wherever you go, man. But they definitely like the skies. I haven't seen so many things falling in the sky. The tail of the cloud thing. Like what is in these skies now, man? Or what are they trying to allude to, right? They're gonna do a false flag UFO thing, man. Be careful, y'all. Be careful. That's why Ohio's going crazy about Bigfoot. Yes, and I looked that up. That was fire. Falling over the country. That's suspicious as hell. Random. Let's talk about it. Great segue. This is why she might be my co-host, ladies and gentlemen. Great segue, man. Let's talk about it, man. These meteors are causing so much. Whatever they doing, they actually bring in entities or various. Who knows who's landing on this earth, right? We don't know, man. They don't tell us nothing. And as soon as there's a crash, whatever team comes, cleans up the site, and boom, vamonos. Everything clean in 2 minutes. I used to watch Men in Black like it was a movie, but now, like when you see, like in the 60s or 70s, a lot of the people that got abducted or people that saw UFOs, they always said that there was a guy, Men in Black, that would approach them the next day and tell them to shut their mouths. It's like, then they come out with a movie, Men in Black. Ooh, like what? Whatever, man. This world is like I say, they sometimes they so cocky that they throw shit in front of us and hope that we just take it like, yeah, whatever, it's just a movie. Nah, man. These movies are predicting life, man. You see a bunch of videos of people talking about in 2012 that they were, this Iran war was like, about to happen, Captain. Exactly. Thank you, man. Since then, there's been beings and weird things in the skies around the world. It's not AI. And the beauty of the internet is the earlier days. If people don't know, the earlier days when you would type in like conspiracy theories or UFO, it actually gave you great fucking search history. It would bring you to a lot of people that were in this knee deep. They were giving us stories. They were compiling information. They were taking, testimonies or statements from people that, saw or actually got abducted. And then they try to play us like, yo, it's your mind, it's a dream, it's thing, da dang. No, UFOs. Then they changed the name for UFO to, something else, ED, whatever. And now it's just, can we just go back to aliens, man? I like that word, man. They aliens, man. These creatures, or who knows? Who knows if Earth wasn't populated and we the alien from Mars? And I don't know, man. I would love to know, because I say information is everything, but you're not lying. Ever since those meteors and things have been in the sky, there's been so much activity. Trump, like you said, confirmed it. You had, remember those jets that used to be like, yo, we're flying with, just, making sure the skyways is Gucci. And next thing you know, we see things that, in flight. Okay, so people got to understand, this ain't the movies, right? So planes usually go forward. They have thrusters to slow down. They could go left. They got various techniques. But when something is doing zigzag and maneuvers that are impossible, it's like, what is that? Because we don't have the technology for things like that. You know, even drones aren't capable of making a sharp left. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. And the air is a lot different. Yo, perfect example. Have you guys ever driven like or like drove a boat? Like the boat, like even that is like the waves. You got to turn it a million times to keep it straight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. From the sky to the ocean, man. And people always said, "Thank you, Coast to Coast AM Art Bell." Thank you, man. He used to tell us that these things are coming from the ocean too. And if you don't know, space is more. We know more about space than we do our damn ocean, man. You know, the last 20 years they started going deeper and finding creatures with the, you know, with the light and this and that. After that, dolphin taking that biologist all the way down. Yo, what is that about? What is that? And then they go, octopuses and dolphins are like bugged out to us. We don't even know, like, dolphins' IQ is like, them niggas is talking for real, man. But yeah, man, talk to me, cool. Where you at, man? I know this is conspiracy theory time, but I love it. And just like Nana said, it's no longer conspiracy. Trump confirmed there's aliens. Trump, his first term, he made like a space rangers. He made a unit. He made a army, but for space. Why would you do that? I don't know. It say 2-3, man. Maybe it's one of them Fridays. ET phone home, man. It's one of them Fridays. I admit. I let it rock. You know, the last couple of days I've been getting some great. Yeah, I'm trying to do my thing. Some great, you know what I mean? But you know, like I say, it never bothers me because I know that like the ship is popping. It is what it is. You know what I mean? You gotta take it for what it is every day. You can't, you know, expect a home run. But I think, you know, everybody working. It's Friday. People are busy. And you know, sometimes, let me tell you the truth, man. Like, this is a New York thing. Like, we always used to say, you know, you could be a hero could turn into a villain in people's eyes. Like, you know, the more I converse, the more I give opinions, the more I am Zay, you know, people start getting rubbed wrong, not knowing that this is not like personal. We're just dialoguing, man. You know, there's a lot of people that just take things personal, you know. And that's why I try to remain on, like you say, a positive, you know, a level. Just me being Zay. That's why, look, that's why when you see videos of me dancing and that's me off camera, man. You know, my wife is catching me low key. I'll be like, yo, why you see sometimes in the video, I'm like, yo, why you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you doing? Because that's just me. I'm a goofy dude, man. I love life, man. You know what I mean? I like to be me, and you know, when it takes time to build yourself, right? Because that's what life is about. You know, we too into Americano life, which is building them. You work in a business and then build them. No, I want to build me. And it takes a lot of years, especially when the distraction in America is tenfold. Like, they put more on trying to fuck a human over than trying to like lift. That's why you see in Switzerland or Sweden or various countries, like, their jail is more of a, what's the word when they try to you know, make you get better, right? It's a system not to cage you, but to make you a better citizen in society, right? So they give you trades, they do this, they do that here, but in more in an animalistic way, right? The cages, the way, you know, you go other places, it looks like apartments. They're fucking prison cells, right? They got Xbox, they got this, they got that. So cool, you're right, man. People are definitely sensitive now. But then you're right too. As long as the conversation and dialogue is there, you know, people come. But I learned, I always, you know, hard-headedness, I learned the hard way. That's why I'm trying to engage and learn this computer stuff more, you know, try to edit and do pictures, and you know, I'm trying my hardest, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm not computer friendly, so that's why I need time to learn and grow. Remember, this is my 5th month actually doing this engagement. December, January, February, March, April. No, Yeah, November, December, January, February, March. So yeah, about 5 months, man. So I'm just grateful and happy when I see 3 or 5 people. I used to have zero. You know what I mean? Even though I was just playing video games, but still, man, it does matter. Like you said, the content. It does matter what you're saying and how you say it. And I try not to rub people wrong. That's why, like, I do the shiesty on purpose, right? Because I know there's always people that are judgmental, man, and that's life. That's life, man. You know, the way I look and act is not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a 44 should, I guess, you know what I mean? But that's on that's why I'm here to just like teach and learn people. Like, yo, don't judge. You never know who you can meet, man. You never know what type of personality they truly are. You know what I'm saying? You have to talk to people. And that's why I like this, because it's really communication. Like, I read what y'all say. When I was doing my thing, I wasn't worried about the world. Too busy to entertain it too. You such a strong human being, mommy. We gotta sit back and give you your flowers sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta sit back and realize your accomplishments. Limousine, nurse, and hospice. I listen to you, mommy. You know what I'm saying? Me and my wife, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Nanny, a cool one in the whip, right? So we know the type of human you are, you know what I'm saying? And how, as much as I'm doing this, people have something to teach me, right? I don't know it all, man. If when people are cocky and say I know it all, so show me your bank, show me how you living, man. Because usually that's your you know trickle to your life. You're showing not to judge a book by its cover. Sit, listen, and learn. That's a fact. Thank you. I appreciate you. The channel gets perspective, and so many different too. That's why I dig my female audience. I dig, my peoples, my 718s, my you know what I mean, where I'm from too. And then I just love the world, man. I understand it's a weird time now, but I'm not gonna stop preaching my positive messaging, man. I'm not gonna stop being Zay, man, because I know the trick bag, man. I know how you could be 20 something and then a 40-year-old grouch. I don't want y'all, or I don't want a lot of humans engaging in that way, man. Because I tell people 15, 20 years from now, a lot of boomers are gonna die, man. Grandma, grandpops, mom, dads. So things are gonna change for more reality. So hopefully by then, I don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe universal income. Who knows what type of game they got planned for us, right? But they better fix something quick, man. There's a lot of people about to hit retirement, and they waiting on their money like you promised. The taxes you were taking from their checks and all this nonsense you were doing. I was in what's that, labor 79 in New York. And what they do is every week they take some money and they put it in this pile. So by the time you gone, that pile, you know what I'm saying? Long story short, whatever, I got out of there. It was, my back and craziness. But yo, shout out to Iron Workers. Hit the gym. What up, Trey? Same with your wife. She's beautiful spirit and so as well. Thank you, Nene. Wife's voice is comforting and powerful when she speaks on y'all shorts. Yes, hit the weights. Thank you, Trey. Yo, Nene, you ain't. That's the gift. And I try not to show her, right? Because out of respect and privacy, and I love mine. And I always tell her, yo, I'm doing this, I'm posting this and stuff. But I automatically knew when I was in New York, like, yo, your voice is very soothing, man. You know what I mean? Remember, everything is frequency based, man. Thank you, Trey. I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you all day, every day. Yo, Miss Go! Audience is coming in now. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, man. We 43 minutes in, but we got them. I'm gonna start going 10:30 and on, man. But thank you, guys. Thank you. Love and respect for all of y'all. And I don't have a problem with saying love. I don't see any weakness in it. What up, Santos? ¿Cómo está, primo? Hope you're doing good. Ha. These scammers are making our prices go up also. Segway, let's talk about that. People don't even talk about that, Nene. Working overnights got me. Yo, Miss Golf. Sorry to hear that. Stay strong and, I hope your energy, I know them night joints mess up the energy, but stay focused and stay you, man. Do you like fishing? Yes, I do. Santos, caffeinated fishing. Where you at, man? Subscribe and hit the like. Thank you, Nene. But yo, back to what you said, man. So scammers, what that, that's common sense thought process right there. But I'm gonna just elaborate and just go in. The overbuying of these sneakers, right? So Nike, of course, they engage. They see data. Oh shit, you guys are going for this sneaker. So we might charge instead of 120, 139.99. And a lot of folk don't understand $10, $15. Yeah, that might not be a little bit to you, but if you do $10, $15 times a million, they just profited on top of the profit they already making. These sneakers cost 50 cents to make, man. So yeah, man, these scammers, Pokemon cards, whatever is in the I even hear they doing RAM for your computers. So there's a lot of people that are, as soon as they see the public liking something, let me go buy all the toilet paper. Let me go buy. I don't like this new community we got now, man. These resellers thinking that they're gonna get rich, trying to hurt us. That shit ain't working, man. Because what's gonna happen is you're gonna have a stockpile in your crib, and people gonna, instead of paying, they're gonna take it the hard way, man. So let's not turn it into like Walking Dead, man. And remember, the Walking Dead wasn't like literally zombies. It's just meaning a group of people that are against a smaller group of people, man. Resellers catching that Elsky right now. Thank you, everybody. People always clown on China, but they making everything literally. Remember that when I was younger, they used to have the tag on everything, right? Now they be slick and they like print it or do whatever. But on guard, like you said, Miss Golf, everything used to say made in China. And my thought was like, damn, we buying, and it's a lot of little trinkets in the beginning, right? It was trinket based, but now it's like clothing based now. Now it's sneaker based. Now it's, TikTok came from so it's a lot of wild shit. And, we know the labor laws ain't the same out here. So they getting away with murder, man. Please see this. I love your videos. Thank you, Jaden. You're the best YouTuber. I appreciate that, Jaden. Thank you, bye. I try. I really do, man. Just like Nene say, stay focused, stay, consistent, and keep pushing. You know what I mean? Not in them words, but I guess. I just been shouting you out more, Nene, because I want you to know the human you are, that, your contribution to this. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I'm not seeing it, man. A lot of folk, you know what I mean? Like I say, giving flowers is supposed to be while you breathing, not when you gone. But yeah, man, Uranus, damn, Sebastian. What type of spaceship you took, my G? My Jeezy took the spaceship out here. You landed with the meteor, my G? He was on it like this. And isn't that thank you, ma. Isn't that wild? Like when things enter our atmosphere, it just burns up. Like, what the hell's in our air, man? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? They be selling dream catchers, man. That's a fact. Uranus, right? My man came through on us. Shout out to you, man. You're gonna hit us with that. Yo, tell me how to make plutonium. Tell me how to make plutonium or something. I already did, man. Then they rug pulled me on the fart coin, you heard? They farted me out of there. But yeah, man, enjoy life, y'all. What's wrong with your face? I don't know, man. God don't make perfect. I know that one. But yeah, man, you gotta just, you know what I'm saying? Just take a deep breath, breathe. Like I said, taking it easy sometimes. Like slowing down, putting the phone down, and just taking a deep breath. You know what I mean? Look at yourself, look at the image, look at who you are, you know what I mean? And see what you give to earth. You know what I mean? Are you a troll? Are you a person that, does this or that? Or are you caring? Are you giving? You know what I mean? And we don't do these things because we look for the comeback, but it comes back. That's the truth. You know what I mean? So stay in yours. You know what I mean? Your reflection is only who you are. And, don't be afraid of your shadow. He always follows you, man. But I know a secret. When I was younger, or like youth was always just like happiness to me. Like, I don't pay bills, I know that, and I'm gonna try to live this youth till the wheels fall off, man. Until, teenage years, and they're like, you're grown now. But yeah, man, enjoy your life, man. Decompression is not what the government wants from us. They don't want you just relaxing and seeing. Yo, imagine if you put your phone down and you go on that balcony, or like we always say, take your sneakers off, put your feet in some grass, and detox, and then just sit back and see what's going on, man. See your neighborhood, see how things are. Things seem weird, don't they? Things seem out of place. A lot of people say after, COVID, we went through a wormhole, but what this is a whole new, what I'm saying, dimension. So whatever it is, man, they changed it on us, and they don't want us getting it back, man. They don't, because they know what that means, man. When we had unity, love, family, we prospered in baby booming. We were fundamentally great creators, man. The 90s was a great time for artistry, man. A lot of good things came out of the 90s, man. 80s, even early 2000s, man. What's going on, Erebus? Beyond Black Wall, man. Social isolation does that to your brain, man. And yo, once again, that COVID, let's go with Corona, right? That Corona shit was a social experiment. It was to weed out the boomers. It was to try to, cut that, get some wealth back. And it was also to see what happens to the mind with pure isolation, remember, a lot of families were separated. Wherever you was, right? And I know we survived and shit, but it changed a lot of people's brain, man. It made them into like, it's so what? I'm by myself, and that never used to be the case. You know what I'm saying? You at least wanted your peoples to come over the crib, right? Just company, voices, energy. That's why you gotta have good people around you. So you have that good energy. Be a wise decision maker on who you bring into your circle, who you let into your mom's house. Be careful. Back doors are at an all-time high, man. Backdoories. What up, Joseph? Thank you, man. From Guam, I appreciate you, pa. Nothing the same. Everything is lacking except the shelling out money. Bad food, education, etc. Was a scam, G. That's a fact. Mr. 90s. Me too, y'all. Part of Florida is still on lockdown, and they so stupid they don't even realize the shit. Just thank you for that one. You landed on that one. I appreciate everybody, and Black is in the building. Black is in the building. Yo, what up, Black? What up, Black? What up, my GZ? They cooked the books, man. Some fat person, 70 heart problem, dies, heart failure, had COVID, say they died of COVID. Yeah, they did cook the books. You ain't lying. That's a good way to see it too, Roberts. I like that perspective. That was a very factual perspective, man. Whatever people were dying of. Oh, shit. Yep, that was COVID, nigga. But wait, he got shot, nigga. Nope, that was COVID, nigga. That's COVID. Yo, his whole face is blown off with a shotgun. COVID, nigga. Where Joseph? Pass that shit. Edward. Pass the L, compay. Here you go, compay. Puff, puff, pass though, man. What's good, y'all? What's going on, Black? Thank you for that one, Erebus. I like that, man. I like some of the new people, man. Thank you, Just. Thank you, Erebus. Thank you, Joseph. Nene, Miss Scar, Christy, Black now. What's going on, Edward? What's going on, Joseph? Smoking that L, man. Appreciate it, brother. I got you, Edward. Any day, anytime, man. I appreciate your time, too, man. It means a lot to me. Thanks for the thumbs up. And if you sub, you sub. And if you do, I'm going to sub to you. That's how that slogan go. Damn, it's 4 in Philadelphia. Joseph! It's 11 o'clock, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, 319 here in Minnesota. What's going on, Miss Scott? Cooling. That's what's up, Black. I'm glad. Thank you for, always, your time and your energy. I appreciate you. Sub, good looking, Edwards. But yeah, man, diabolical, man, the way shit be going. All right. But yeah, man, There's a lot of bugged outness going on, man. And gas is going up. Yo, as soon as Trump, first of all, they tricked us. I saw gas go from 569 to 549. I'm like, oh shit, because that was like Trump was like, yo, it's over. Then bada beam, the fucking market is hitting. This is hitting. It's like, yo, what did you get us involved with, homie? And you know, some of these guys really don't want a treaty or don't want a ceasefire. You know, you poke the bear, now look at what we doing, man. And then whatever that strait is where all the oil tankers come and give us oil, that shit is being blocked. They're talking about blowing up Europe, and you know, and once they hit your energy centers or you know these various plants, it's like, yo, that those things don't get rebuilt overnight, man. You know, it's a very scary thing if you lose heat and power and electric. You know, we become accustomed too much into the electricity mode, man. Shout out to generators. If you can afford a generator and get the gas one, of course, gas, you know what I mean? But, you know, there has to be ways of surviving. There has to be. They got back doors into every single device connected on the internet. Yes, they do. Smart TVs got built-in microphones, cameras. Yes, they do, man. They can see your whole life. Yo, and then they got the shit where it's called vibration. It's almost like submarine, boom, solar, right? Sonar. It's like your phone is next to you. They can see through walls, man. They can see like objects. Remember, everything is vibration, man. It's just a bugged out world we're in, man. They know our literal moves, where we're going, what we're doing, when we're gonna fart, when we're gonna drink. Yo, man, they got it down to a science. That's why I say data was everything. When my mom was like, you know, we would go to CVS or Walgreens and they'd be like, you want to sign up? We could give you 10% off. You know, Macy's, we get 30% off right now. And it sounds enticing, but it's information you're giving now, you know? Now Macy's got you. Now this place knows. Not like, and then you're getting deals or your emails. It's like, whatever, man. But everybody, we doing good, man. Every war, they raise gas prices, man. And what up, Nene? I seen you say, and I'm forward with the chat. I'm messing around this because I'm chilling at the park. That's what's up, Black. That's what's up. And that's another cool thing, man. Wherever you are, right? You could just be, you know, still engaging with the kids. So I appreciate it. Want free gas? I wish, man. It's 45 here. It sucks. Yeah, man. How's the weather, Black? Only gas I got is the one in my pipe. Let's go. What's going on? How you doing, Amber Lopez? How's everybody, man? How you doing? What up, Chad? Ain't nothing lame here, man. But yeah, man, the prices are steadily rising, and to the people that own trucks, man. 1 minute the truck was, you know, fundamentally it, you know, if you got a big family and a lot of things like that, it's great. But holy moly, man, the gas prices are crazy. What's going on, Adrian? How you doing? How you doing? 45, is it snowing? Damn, right? Word. Philly always had that cold weather. Cool, if you still in here. How cold is it in New York, man? I think I heard yesterday it was like 70 or some shit. Good. I got you, Adrian. Yo, Adrian. Rocky, Adrian. But yeah, man. They doing us greasy every angle. I see they raising taxes here. They doing this. They adding tolls when they shouldn't be adding tolls. Like, everything is just about the dollar or a subscription. I don't like it at all. And then it's like, you go, all right, so I'm just going to chill in the crib, right? But then the crib is becoming costly. Like, you can't even chill in your car no more. Like, I see people, insurance, like, insurance used to be $200, $300, man. My man was paying $308 for a Benz. I don't know, man. I don't know what. It's 50 in New York. Good looking, cool. Miss Gogensu. Dang. Mad windy though. Woo. Yeah. Isn't that another thing, y'all? The wind, right? Yo, nowadays when it's windy, you know? Don't be, you know, skinny folk. You holding on to that pole for real. They want an even bigger slice bullet, right? They're like, yo, there was 2 slices left. I'm still hungry, man. Do you mind just if I take the pepperoni and give it to y'all? I'm gonna take these 2 slices. You're like, damn, nigga, you took the whole pie. How many yachts do you need? How many houses do you, how many staircases do you have to hook up that fucking wheelchair thing to? How many? Why are these people outliving Hogan and Chuck Norris? Like, why are these people in politics the richest? Yo, I remember politics, people they were rich, like they had nice houses, but damn, these motherfuckers is wealthy now, man. Nah, good looking. Yeah, man. Got the LGBT. Yeah. I was actually wearing my LaMelo jersey. Shout out to the Hornets, man. They beat the Knicks. Knicks is my team too, man. But I feel like this is LaMelo year, man. That's what that's about. Yup, it is, man. Nada welcome. It was my lame Rocky joke. I know, Miss Gav, I got that one. Do you mind if I ask a question? If I don't, you don't have to answer. I'm being respectful. Yeah, Adrian, say whatever you want. Thank you, Nene, on point as usual. The government wants to get you in every yes, so you can't win. And people be like, yo, it's not a rigged game. Yo, it's how hard you work, buddy. It's like, no, man, it's rigged, man. I know people that have very little education, man, but because they're in like a small town or they're somewhere, yo, they're a sheriff. They got a house, they got a truck. But then you could take somebody that got their masters and all this shit, and they can't even DoorDash. Get out of here, man. Something's wrong, man. Something wrong with this program. The whole shebang-a-dang. You have any cool cars? Nah, man, I don't. Never was a car person, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to people who do, who like cars. I'm not hating on that either. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I got a nice little, you know what I'm saying? We got a little hybrid. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, shout out to, everybody that likes cars, man. I just think cars are a money pit. And back in the days, it was just a car. Remember? A to B. Now it's like you're in a spaceship and shit. Like literally, rappers was like, I'm in a spaceship when I'm in the doo-doo-doo. And now these owners are like, yeah, let's make the car look like a spaceship. But don't worry, once your Tesla hub is like messed up, the car won't turn on. Once this happens, like, damn, nigga. Appreciate the Ray-Bans, man. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg. I appreciate you too, man. I'm a car person. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, Adrian. Opinions of the age of consent. Yup. What car do you have? Yeah. Do you have any cool cars? The win got to make it feel like 38. Damn, cool. Okay. Oh, wait. The government wants to. Yup. Only want an upper class and lower class. Yeah. Rich and poor. That's it, man. Either you got it or you don't, man. Just like all the movies we saw. The one with Wesley and Rocky, Demolition Man, Mad Max. They pump all these joints. Even my man, I forgot the actor, but they had that Los Angeles movie. Whatever, man. They had a lot of shout out to you, Ethan. Cars, yo, don't get it twisted. Cars are cool, man. Especially if you know mechanicry and you know what I'm saying. You know how to change your own oil. I think it's a beautiful thing. And then when you could take a broken car and then fix it up. I love those guys too. Or women. You know what I mean? But I want also my younger audience to know that sometimes or a lot of times cars depreciate very quickly. So you could have bought that Tesla for 50K in 2 years. It's 17.5 somewhere, right? 13. So it's like, do I suggest you invest in a car? No. But if you got the cash and you need a car, make sure you get something that just goes to A to B, man. Forget all the trinkets and arm come over here and pick your nose for you. Do you want to eat the booger? No, nigga. No, nigga, no. My dream car is a 2010 Camaro. Yes, yeah, the Bumblebee. Yup. Shout out to that. That is a nice looking car. Kurt Russell. Miss Cobb, you always know what I'm saying, Miss Cobb. I swear, man. Escape from New York, man. Kurt Russell. Shout out to Kurt, man, because I'm watching right now. If you want to know what I'm watching, it's Monarch and Kurt Russell's in it. So shout out to Kurt Russell, man. Cars are expensive as I got a whip and still got my Metro card on the side. Yo, and that's a fact, man. Because people don't understand New York City. Yo, when you go somewhere else and be like, damn, I can't move without the whip, you realize, damn, New York is cool, man. I could take the bus, I could take the train. You know, I could just keep my car parked and then, save the gas on it too. So there's a lot of cool little joints. But then New York is like, $5 grand for a little box. It's like they don't want you winning like Nene say, man. I'm not buying any more cars. Are you mixed? Yeah, Puerto Riqueño, got a little Italiano in me and American Indian. But yeah, man. More Puerto Rican, obviously. Look at the biscuit. Finding parking is a pain in the colito. My mom and grandma never had a car. Yeah, man. Yo, you can literally get away, without owning a car, man. And people, when you own one and then you don't have one, you realize also how much extra money you put towards that. You know what I mean? Because you damn if you do, damn if you don't. You get the old car, you're at the mechanic every other month. You get the new car, you're at the mechanic, and then he's charging you, yo, you need this little chip that comes from China and they make 5 every weekend. Like, what? What type of nonsense is that? They always got some shit, right? Yo, you need the chip that makes the chip go to the chip, and then the spark plug makes the chip. I'm like, damn, nigga, so get me the chip. How much that cost? 62,000. Damn, nigga, more than a car. I'm not buying. Yeah, finding parking. That's a fact. My mom, yup. Cars are awesome. They are, Ethan. You know what I mean? I am 50% Mexican, 50% American. Shout out to you, Adrian. Damn, Miss Go. Take that bus though early. Bad as you don't want to buy a car when living in a major city. It's not a necessity. It ain't, Black. I'm getting my first car soon. Shout out to that, Ethan. You know what I mean? It's a must where I live. Yup, and we already know, man. And that's why I say it's funny how they design some of these streets, avenues, highways, right? It's like obviously America, they made it so much that you need a car. Yo, other countries, you could just get a bicycle, man. And you could ride. You buy, this lady said in the UK, you pay $8 a month and you get a metro, right? You could ride the train, the bus, and then they got another train that goes like out to the outskirts and shit. All for that $8 a month. New York is $3.50, and then you're in this little weird cage and fucking, yeah, man, it's crazy. I can speak Spanish with my brother. That's what's up, Adrian. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? It's a must where I live. Jesus is king. That's a factory. I said I can speak Spanish. ¿Cómo está? Yo habla español también. But yeah, man, it's a funky time to be alive, man. And then they just distract us or hit us with the Grand Theft Auto 6 or something and think, yeah, everything is good, right, y'all? Nah, it's still not good, man. They raise the prices so much so when they drop it, it's still higher than it was 2 years ago. Why does a person at 18, 19, 20, people were buying homes in the 50s and 60s? Yo, how are you going to tell somebody to save $600,000 to $700,000, $1 million for a home that you maybe bought for 48 grand? Make it make sense. Please. I don't understand the math. The math ain't mathing no more. It really ain't. Damn, are you from the Bronx? No, Brooklyn, New York, man. But now I'm in Cali. California love. Woo! Look at that view, man. But shout out to Cali, man. It gets hotter than motherfucker out here, though. I'll tell you that. I gotta buy two deodorants. I get the one that's like the slick, and then I like the powder ones because the powder really be hitting Spanish sweat. God gave us life, food, land, animals, oxygen for free. Now we have to pay for everything. Let's go, monster. That's a fact. Do you like cars? Yeah, I do, Ethan. I do. I even like the new Cybertruck. I like, I like Porsche 911s. I like, a lot of the older. I like Aventadors, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. Like, I like them. Don't get it twisted. But do I see, somebody do I suggest somebody that just got $1 million to buy a $450,000 automobile? No. The insurance might be through the roof. Imagine what it costs to insure a car more than $100K, $200K, $300K. We're getting our backs broken over a fucking Kia. Just imagine, It's just wow, man. It don't make sense though. It really don't. And then depending on the state, some people paying 100, some people pay 600. It's like it's bugged out for the same automobile. You know what I mean? It just I don't understand it, man. And then a lot of people are moving from the city to like outskirts, and then the people that are originals from these places are like, don't come here, and we're like, yo, we got nowhere else to go. You ain't take your cash and come to the city because it was too expensive. We know that. But we survived out here. But we can't do it no more, man. $3,000 a month for a box is not cool, man. And it's not fair that even in New York, you got places where you get the crib, but then gotta share the bathroom. The bathroom's on the floor. So imagine that. I gotta go take a shit and I'm waiting in the line. Oh my God! And I'm paying $2,000. What? What? Do you like bicycles though? Look, I like wheels, man. I like getting around, of course, man. But as an investment, or like, should I tell a young kid to go out there and buy a new car? No, just go on Marketplace and hopefully you don't get a lemon and get a cheap car, man. And at least you own it. And at least you can wreck it. At least remember, the first car was always like a bang up car, right? Now you see these kids with Teslas and all type of ill shits, man. Nothing wrong with that if you got the money, but obviously the debt is showing that we don't have the money. The car, whatever the car credit thing is like fucking in the billions. So people are getting these cars, but they're surely not paying for them. So be careful, man. The repo man is out there with the Batman costume. Tesla, I don't know, but the cost to own, and yeah. See, I think more logical, right? If I was to get a car, I told my baby, maybe we go Tesla because of the electric part, right? But then we like to travel, so our thing is, when you going to travel, is there enough fucking charging stations that we're not, pulling our hair out our head? And then people, I heard the car gives you like a new anxiety, because I heard Tesla owners, they look at their percentage and they're like, oh my God, I got 10%. Where the fuck is the station, right? With a gas, there's a station over here. You could ride the bitch to the end of the tank. But yeah, man, the maintenance on them whips is crazy. What's your net worth? Probably like, negative 20, 30 grand. God gave us life, food, land, animals, and oxygen for free. Yup, that's a fact. I'm catching up. I'm just parked in the park chilling, and some weirdo pulled up next to me just staring, just trying to get a peace of mind and enjoy your life. Yo, Black, I say that all the time. You remember I said you at a movie theater, the whole shit is empty. Motherfucker come sit right next to you. What is up with trying to bother each other? What's up with that, man? Why can't we just live and be happy and just, treat each other with respect, man? Yeah, the maintenance on. What's your favorite car? I'll go, favorite car. I go Cadillac. I used to love the old Cadillac boats, man. Ain't nothing like an 88 Cadillac. Yellow with the doors that look like two doors. Oof. And then you could drive that bitch to a store, my brothers used to steal our food, with food doctors, Porsche and DeLorean. Get out of here when they watched them as kids. He lived across the street. I'm dead ass laughing. Get out of here, nene. Yo, DeLorean? Damn, that nigga had some cars, didn't he? You said a what? A Porsche and a DeLorean? Shout out to him. And when you said he was a doctor, right? Shout out to him, man. Remember, and nowadays, doctors was the movie star, right? Like, there were certain professions, like, we gotta start paying these teachers, man. That's why I'm glad my husband is a mechanic. It costs $2,000 something minor on my Vetti. Sure, they got the Corvette early, man. See, Black, you can't go nowhere for privacy, cuz. I'm happy. They NPCs. Oh my God, I said that man loud. Yo, Miss Golf, they NPCs for real, nigga. I sub to you. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate you, man. A lot. There's people who literally thrive and causing problems. Sadly, can't even mind their business. Got 9 days off and getting wasted. Shout out to Half-Life, man. Enjoy them 9 days, man. God bless. God bless. I know every brand from Chevy, Dodge, Jeep, Chrysler, Honda, Lamborghini, Tesla, GMC, Devil, Rolls Royce, Nissan, Cadillac, Porsche. That's 1/3 of them. Shout out to you, Adrian. You're a car guy for real, man. But look, ain't nothing wrong with that. And especially if you do your due diligence, especially if you work hard for your money or you got money, right? Yeah, go out, buy a toy. But my thing is when I see people, celebrities that got like 10 cars, 20 cars, and then they broke, they got a GoFundMe. I don't want to hear that, man. You should own a truck, a car for every day, and then if you got the cash, right? Truck, car every day, and then a nice joint, right? So that's three right there, man. And then you got your little ATVs or bikes, but damn, man. I be dope ass rap song. Thank you, Nene. That's crazy. I said the same thing. People be looking and acting like NPCs. Yo, my man Black just trying to relax and go figure. Why? Why are people magnetically inclined to be disrespectful? And not even in a good way. Not even like it's good energy. You could tell energy, by the way. You know, Black wouldn't say put that down if he didn't feel that energy that came, and he's like, God damn, I just want to be at peace. Can I not go anywhere? Basically, right? Like, they want your energy. They incubuses and succubuses. They trying to suck all of it, man. They don't care. They don't care what you're doing or what you're trying to do. They just here to just to annoy and be flies around. You know what I mean? Let me not say that because that went out the shit. But you know what I mean? Just buzzing around, man. They want your energy, man. Incubus, succubus style, man. Like, gosh, man. And then it's energy vampires. And then it's like, yo, I understand if I was putting that, like, if I was, yo, what up, yo, I got a gun in my hand. No, if I'm doing that, yes, okay, energy, right? But if I'm just tranquilo, chilling, relaxing, enjoying the day, why, man? Why are you bringing your shit over here, man? Sorry, it's hot. I gotta take these off. Look at that beautiful view, man. Yeah, another great conversation, man. Another great day. You know, getting new subs. So that's always a you know, we seen, you know, then we all know, we seen these kids have the best life. We seen kids that had the best life, man. And they used to be like, yo, my life sucks and all, like, you know? And now their life really sucks. And it's like, yo, you called that energy to you. You used to claim it was like this. You used to claim you live check to check. Now shit is for real now, man. You know, we shouldn't claim anything that's really not happening just so you could fit in somewhere. Can you rap? A little bit, you know what I'm saying? I know my ABCs are rap. Cat in the hat, grab the big gat, and then the thing go brat. I try, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody back in the days was a rapper. And I was always, like Black said, he liked poetry, right? I always was like in tune with poetry. That's why a lot of people related with Tupac, because he wasn't just an MC, he was a poet, right? My side by side was 27 grand. Yeah. People don't like you in peace because they not peace. It's sad. Misery loves company, y'all. I will always monster. You nailed it, man. I already got you, Adrian. If you're feeling some type of way, I'm sure these people who willing to make your day better, help each other, make each other lives better. That's a fact. What's your favorite opinion on EV cars? Favorite opinion? If you have the initial investment, look, I heard a lot of weird things. I heard after 100K, the car doesn't charge anymore like it used to. The doors that, like, you know, because they have the flat door knobs, like it don't pop up no more. In the winter, they freeze. You know, don't think if it says 240 miles you could get, don't think that's it, because when you use the, you know, the electronics in the car, it could, you know, cut your time short too. So a lot of things affect that percentage of your battery. But my main gripe was that feeling you get when your phone is about to die. Now I got to worry about my damn car about to die. I'm good. And then I heard some of those lines that people, because you go and it's like, you ever been to a butcher and then you pull out the thing and it's like, oh, I'm number 3, right? 1, 2, 3, right? I heard you go to Tesla, you go on the app and they give you your number and it could be 12. It says the time, wait 2 hours just for... Yo, my nigga, I am not doing that. You already wasted my life. Now you're going to waste it more? You know, Tesla is a good buy maybe in 5 years when they figure out the battery, right? But until then, man, be careful what you buy, man. Don't speak BS into existence because words are powerful. People forget it and it be a damn downfall. You know, and back of your head, you're like, I'm gonna be homeless, man. Look at my life, man. And then guess what? Manifestation is another beautiful thing, man. Be careful of manifestation. Yo, man. Yo, I never been shot. Yo, like, don't bring nothing to your fucking door, man. Be careful. Words are spells, man. Thank you, Nene. Ethan. You know, if you hit 88 miles per hour, you could go back in time. But yeah, man, there's a lot of stuff that, and yo, you know, there's some cars that you got to pay a subscription if you want to go faster than a certain miles per hour. Like they cap your car. You don't even own the car no more. Like, yo, we're gonna get to a point where you jump in your car and your passenger seat person is gonna be like, yo, do you got all the subscriptions so I could heat my seat and lower my window? Wait, hold on, man. Let me check. Yeah. I pay that subscription. Lower your window. Yeah, man, I can lower my window. What are they doing, man? Everything is tracking us. One of my favorite stories, not favorite, you know, the dude got played, not played, but so a guy gets the it was foundation model of the Cybertruck. My man told me that it was a YouTube story. He said that the Cybertruck opened up his garage and drove itself back to the dealership because he missed payments on it. Your car could drive itself now to repo land. Get out of here. I love American muscle cars. Them shits are, yo, my man, I used to have an Italian dude, right? Dominucci. I called him Dominucci. You know what I mean? Cause Dominucci, right? So Dominucci loved Mustangs, but I couldn't drive stick. But he loved the Mustang. He would buy every Mustang he could. You know what I mean? Not all at once, but one, and then, you know, he'll trade it in, and because he would fix it up. Mustangs, for some reason, a lot of folk were buying these stick shift Mustangs that did 0 to 60 in 2, whatever it was. But shout out to the Mustang, man. Shout out to that Mustang. That shit was a dope little coupe, you know what I mean? And then, I used to be like, looks like you're flying a spaceship, because he's like, I'm like, yeah, nigga, let's get... Yeah, we out of here, nigga. I was always the wild boy in the group, you know what I mean? But I love living, you know? I love life, man. Complain about gas prices, but EV cars are 50% cheaper to recharge. That's a fact. It's just getting your hands on it. Because I also heard that they got it, like, let's say you buy the car for $17,000. I heard they got like a $10K thing you have to buy. Like, it's because of... I don't know. I don't know what they do to people. I don't know what's going, like, you know, every time you say, oh, that shit says 17,000. And then when you get to the register, it's like 38. And you're like, what are all these other charges about? Like, nowadays they making up shit. Like I said, they got their own jargon for every industry. So you could get mixed up and, you don't know what's going on, basically. Who is Johnny? I love the Camaros. Yup. We about to have Johnny 5 on the block. Short circuit. Shout out to Johnny, man. Old school 76 Monte Carlo on him, man. You know what other car was cool? When I saw Going in 60 Seconds. That, I don't know what that car is, guys, if you could tell me. But the one, Going in 60 was with Nick Cage, right? But that car was fire. You know what I'm saying? It was like a gray with the black. Oh, get my dad 71 Chevelle when he passes. Yo, he got a 71 Chevelle, probably. I already know that he one of them shines it up. That shit probably spotless, B. Shout out to the 71, man. What a great year, man. What a good era, man. Isn't that a Mustang? It might have been, but Scott. You know what I mean? It really might have been. I'm getting a 2018 Ford Fusion Hydra. Yup, SE. That's what's up, Ethan. That's a good car to have, man. And we getting a little bit confused, you know what I'm saying, as what's the job of a car. It's the A to B, right? It's to bring you from one spot without, traveling, walking, or, getting by means of A to B. But then the car started, and I understand they kind of slid us into like, your car's going to be your home because we have all these amenities in it now. But damn, man, I would love to be broke with a Maybach. Them seats are gorgeous. '67 Ford Shelby. Yes, it is. Eleanor. Yeah, cool. It was Eleanor, man. Shout out to Eleanor, man. Word. Going to 60. I don't know why I like that movie so much, man. I really did. It was a Shelby. My bad. It's all good, Miss Goff. I was learning too. I'm learning too. I just wanted an old school Chevy Impala, and I'll be good on cars. Yo, remember the Impala used to be the police joint in New York City? If you don't know, used to see the Impala like, ooh, and then hear the Boys in the Hood saxophone playing. You're like, OMG. Have you seen American Muscle Cars before? Yeah, man, I'm 44, man. As much as I could see them, right? And they used to have this thing at the Javits Center. It used to be a car show. But if you don't know Ethan, check out my channel, man. I just went to Venice Beach and I saw a bunch of beautiful 1957, 60s, 40 joints, like a couple cool cars, man. So shout out to the car enthusiasts and shout out to cars in general, man. You know what I'm saying? It is a beauty about taking care of yours, though, and paying off it, right? I just don't like the way they doing people now, man. They got these long ass, 80 months or, 80, whatever the number is now, So by the time your car dies, you're still paying for it. I seen some lady paying for a 2018 Fusion Kia or some shit like that, and she still owed 20 bands on it, man. And the car blew up already. Like, we're going to have people paying for automobiles that ain't in front of your crib no more. That's the scary part I'm scared of. So that's why I'm so iffy about the car buy, because it's like it'll put you in a hole that I know fiscally, financially, and the way the world is unpredictable with job market, I can't rely on this fucking job anymore to hold me down. Like, I knew that when I was young. Like, when I lost the paralegal gig because of 08, 09 or the crash, I wasn't part of that housing thing. I didn't own a house at the time. My portfolio took a chunk. Everybody in the company, because your things are connected to stock, to shareholders, all this nonsense. And I was like, whoa, this is a little spooky. And then I got laid off with the mailman, a couple of lawyers, and I'm like, yo, this is real. But luckily, it's not what you know, is who you know. My man's father owned a construction company. I jumped right on and was able to keep myself afloat. But a lot of people aren't that, that's that lucky to just lose their gig and then boom, I'm on my feet next week or next month. The landlord ain't gonna stop. These bills don't stop. That's another thing I don't like. A job could really put your life at a weird fork in the road just because they fire you. And then they have so many reasons why they can now, man. That's why I was a firm believer. Always never go late. Never politic in the office so they don't know who you really are. Because once they start, you go out to the bar with them and you dancing and bugging out. Then the next day they're like, yo, you kissed so-and-so. Like, yo, what? This is not a soap opera, man. I'm just trying to work, man. A lot of customer service jobs, man. A lot of customer service jobs, man. It's rare to find a bills paid apartment or house. I would take my Honda reliability over most. I don't care what's new or looks cool. I want to make sure my shit goes vroom, vroom, vroom and goes, right? My pops had a 76 Camaro Dodge Road Runner. Ooh, remember them joints? The new EV cars are way too expensive. They priced out of the market themselves. And then, they priced it so high that the market tells you how much they did, because when your car goes a year or 2 years, that same Tesla lost 20, 30,000 on the ticket tag. Immediately. I seen cars on Marketplace with 20,000 miles, nigga. A 2021 Tesla S. Shit is like 15, 14. I'm like, whoa, nigga, you paid 60 and like the new cars today. Yup. Have you seen America? Yup. I'm catching up. The now, yup, too expensive. I would take my Honda AR. Yup, I got you. Okay, Ethan got me talking cars over here. That's a fact. And that's why, that's the beauty about my channel, is the flowing, the way we could just, we smart enough to handle these conversations, right, y'all? So we gonna do it, man. We gonna random. Go figure. Name my shit random for a reason, man. My shit random for real. Holyfield. Bite you in the ear, nigga. Never been worried about EV vehicles. Those things ain't nothing but tools to prepare as tenant. Yeah, on Mars, man. All the new cars are at my husband's shop. That's fire. That's fire, low key, right? And you right. Your co-workers are not your friends. Avoid workplace gossip and have every excuse under the sun to not go out with them. It's very easy. There's no FOMO. I didn't miss out because they always make shit sound popping the next Monday, right? You go, oh, yo, my man's, it's okay, man. I'm glad y'all have fun. You know what I'm saying? But now my man is about to get divorced because his wife found out he, was dancing with the nurse, man. You better save it. You better save that gossip, man. I'm gonna do the main on niggas real quick. You better save it, y'all. Hee. But I hate the jobs that are like, we're like family. Yeah, we're like family until you fire me, goofy. And then I just got a bunch of niggas on Instagram that I don't relate with no more. I gotta be seeing them still at the restaurant or wherever I got fired from. I'm good, man. You can have it, man. Always got the boss. I love your energy. You're one of the greatest, man. 2 weeks later, yo, I gotta lay you off because you one of the greatest. Like, what? That make it make sense, man. And they always hold the person that comes in late, the person that calls out 7 times a week. Yo, it's always like that. You go to a job, you're like, yo, I'm not gonna work like that person, but I'm gonna work, but not like that. Like, damn, that nigga ain't even, that girl ain't even working. And then come find out they're like, we gotta lay you off, and you go up to that person, yo, you got laid off too? No, like what? Like, whoa, man. These cars are straight plastic now, man. You get into an accident, yo, fender bender. You should say 10 miles per hour. Your car look like you got hit with a 18-wheeler, man. Yo, life ain't going well for me. Got any advice just with school and everything? Like, I'm ahead in school, but I'm getting grounded for it. It's so annoying. It's my parents, by the way. Look, GG Face, understand, your parents are doing something called tough love. They working, they trying to help you. And just don't ever see your parents as the enemy, right? Don't ever see school as the enemy. And make sure just keep up your schooling, man. Just make sure you're above a C, BA, you know what I mean? Get good grades, do your homework, and just get through it, right? Just get through this program we call school. But don't think your parents, you know what I mean? They just trying to make sure that you don't get sucked up into some of the stuff that school, there's a lot of peer pressures and stuff that you could, a wrong path, man. So listen to your parents, Miss Cobb. That's exactly what I'm saying, man. That's all my shit, right? Listen to your parents in one word. Listen to your peeps, man. They know you won't understand until you get your own kids. Yeah, man. They just trying to tough love you. You know what I mean? But yeah, just always understand they have your better love and interest, man. They're not your friends. They're not these fake fucking people out here. They're your parents, man. And hopefully, they parents, right? But yeah, man. Yup. We always, there used to be a thing. Like if adults were talking and you're like, hey, mommy, yo, papi, adults are talking. Go sit down. In 5 minutes, I go get whatever, okay? Okay, yo, now they, like a kid started having too much voice, and when that happens, you're no longer parents, you're friends, right? You don't ever want to be your friends' kids with your kids, man. You want to be parents. Yes, there's a time and day where maybe 24, 20, after, they got they're your peoples, man. But they always will be your son and daughter, man. That would never change, man. That's why I think a lot of kids are like, yo, financially, I don't want to have a kid or this and that. It's like, have a kid because it'll make you better. It'll change you for the best, man. Because you're going to start doing things that, ain't for you no more. We're very selfish creatures on this earth. Very selfish. And you could tell by the market of the cars people are buying. Selfish. Me, right? I seen some kid, 17, going on 18. He said the first car I want is a Raptor. If you don't know, a Raptor is like $64,000. Damn, nigga. To put that on your parents, or to that's a hefty price, man, for the first car. Do you prefer American muscle cars or Japanese? I go Japanese. I always love the Skyline, man. I'm gonna just say one of my favorite cars is the Skyline. Remember, child stays in the child's place. Yup. The belt needs to come back for real, man. The Bow Bow City needs to come back. The switch needs to come back. Not the switch you put on yo, I won't, man. No, chill. Wait till your father comes home, man. Wait till yo. Moms wouldn't even, moms was moms with the love, right? But she'll be like, wait till your father comes home, little nigga. It's over. And you in a room like this, counting it like you in jail, nigga. You hear that door go, boom. And then you just wait for your mom to tell him, right? Everything seems good. Hey, what's up, guys? You know this mother. Energy changed quickly. What you said to your moms? What you doing? I had military father. He wasn't there emotionally, but physically, he was. When he walked in, you better act right, ASAP. My father was the same day. His brother, so my stepdad was a lawyer, right? I call him my dad because that's what it is, right? But he was a lawyer. His brother was into the army. So most of his brothers was, right? Because back then you had big families. He had like 4 brothers. But long story short, it was very structured, very, wake up, do your bed, brush your teeth. Everything had a regimen. Everything had a order. And then I'm thinking, I hate this nigga, right? And then go figure, 20 years, everything is regimen now. Everything is discipline. Everything is, you know what I'm saying? It's built into you, It's almost like riding a bike comes secondhand to those that ride. Well, tough love, maybe, but they ain't super strict. Like, I'm 17 and I can't do anything. I can't live stream. I can't. Yo, trust me, they're just protecting you, GG face. Cause yo, that live stream, this world is not cool, man. I don't think your whatever the piece right here is not developed yet, because a lot of kids nowadays are like emotionally not soft, yeah, soft, right? So like people can't take criticism young, right? So your parents don't want you bugging out, breaking your TV because somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of trolls out here that if you don't got thick skin, man, you gonna lose it, man. Yo, there's a story, World Star, man. There's a lady, she was 21 years old, regular looking OnlyFans. She jumped off a bridge, man. Bullies and all type of shit. Suicide, 21 years old. So be careful what you wish for, man. Because trust me, your parents at an early age, they know they know the program and they know what's best for you. And I think every kid until they hit 18 should not be able to go onto Instagram, TikTok, or any of those sites. Maybe YouTube, but with the kid parental guidance on. Because the internet is the wild, wild west, man. You could literally type how to make a bomb, like whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You're going to find out, man. What country are you from? I'm in U.S., man. California, man. That's a bit much. You should be able to play sports. Yeah, that's true too, Nene. They are going a little too crazy. Not crazy. Look, they disciplined, strict. They're strict. My parents would say, until you turn your own key, you're living under my rules, my crib. And they always told me, we're going to give you clothing, shelter, and food. But, that PS2 or PS1 you want, maybe Christmas, but, show me good grades, right? You always had report card season was a season for real, man. My dad didn't have to say a word, man. Just the stature, just his stature, his demeanor. And he probably loved his kids for real, but, you got to raise kids. You got to be a parent. That's all I got to say. My parents would, yup. 2015 was the best year of all. It really was. I've developed an innovative paper trading app that I want to sell at $3 a month. Do you think it's a lot? No, that's a good little thing right there, Pa. That's a great thing. Well, I can take criticism because they always criticize me all the time. Trust me, they're just being parents, man. Come to my page. We're going to bug you out. We're going to help you. We're going to give you advice. And at least 1 hour and a half of your day, you're just going to be chilling. You know what I'm saying? If you can. You know what I mean? Well, I can take criticism. Okay, 17, Gigi, stay humble until you're old enough to make your own decisions. But I'm telling you that you'll understand that that what they doing is the right thing. Yo, you ain't never lied, Zay, because the social media ish ain't for kids at all. It's a bad system. When I saw that they were like, they don't know the mental effects that a television had in our day, a television, right? Just imagine what this computer shit is doing, man. Just imagine, man. Bro, I have A and B in most subjects and I still get grounded from school. See, they just being really strict. And you know, you gotta also GG face, GG, I'm just gonna say GG, right? You're gonna have to show them that it's not affecting you. Show them that your grades are gonna stay consistent. Show them that the groundings ain't gonna, deter you. But once you get of age and you're able to work and get your own paper and get out of there, then that's where you're gonna show them, man. And that's all they want for you is a better version of you to tackle this world. Because a lot of people think this world is easy and playing, and no, the world is exactly what they're doing right now. It's very strict, it's very protocol heavy, it's very follow the rules. That's what this world's about. And if you can't do that, you're not in the party, man. So be careful how, you know what I mean? Like I say, energy, words, just be positive and understand that this is just a time and a moment of your life. This ain't forever. This is just a time and a moment in your life. This isn't forever. I hope to see you in 10, 15 years like, yo, Zay, you was right, man. I got my crib. I got a nice car. Ba, 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 ba. That's all we want, man. Salute to you. Stay humble, man. GG, sit your parents down and have a talk, man. Communication too goes a long way, man. And some parents don't, communicate right. They think that they is their rules or they smarter and shit. And like I said, prove them wrong, man. Prove them that, in life you got this. How hot is it in Cali right now, man? I feel like it's 80, man. I'm about to, I'm doing 101 on niggas right now. I'm about to end the stream soon. Take a nice cold shower on them. When your hands start getting sticky. Ooh wee. Love the tie-dye, homie. I pre-cheeseburger in the crib. What up, cheeseburger? Nay, kids nowadays don't know outside is. They don't know what, yep. But not both wasting the parents. Yep. Just leeching almost. That, parents are getting a little fed up too. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a frustration because, you have almost all the tools in front of you, right? That we never had, right? And then, you got all these amazing tools and they seeing it being utilized for worse. Yo, one of the coolest things I seen, right? I'm going to tell you guys the page when there's this kid, right? He's doing AI videos to rappers that didn't make a video for that. Back then you needed a budget and a lot of songs didn't get videos for them. But my man is making videos for certain songs, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool, when you utilize these tools for better and for, profitable gain. As long as it's not some scam and shit, some Bitcoin or whatever coin shit, you know what I mean? Make yours, man. So shout out to the dude that's trying to do $3 a month and build his little, enterprise, empire. Remember in the summer, once you're out, stay out because of the AC, black. Yeah. Not both wasting the pants. Yup. I'm from North Dakota, and it's cold here. Shout out to North Dakota, man. But yo, I always said I'd rather be cold than hot, because at least cold you could dress for, right? Hot is like, there's only so much skin you could, I can't rip my skin. Only so much clothes. I said skin. Nigga ripping his shit off and shit. It's hot, man. You still live. Hell yeah. You still alive. Yeah, I am. What up, Christy? I'm trying. I know you got, the kid and, moving and stuff, but I want to live in Texas. That's a good dream, man. That's a good dream. Hold on to certain things. Manifest it, man. See yourself there. See yourself in an apartment in Texas in 5, whatever years. And it will happen, man. A lot of folks see themselves in jail and bad things, and things manifest how you want. It really does. Wait. What? My dad has a motto. He is the only one right, so I can talk with them because I can't talk. Yup, I knew it was like that. You're just trying to sound like the victim. Yup, we spoil you, buy you stuff, but stuff don't help. Yo, trust me, GG. Don't let them get to you, pa. Trust me, whatever situation you got, as long as you got it, right? Just hold on to it. Don't And don't also fumble a bag that you thought was bad, and now, because like I said, living outside is rough, man. You know what I mean? On your own, paying bills. There's a lot of stress that come with that. A lot of people can't, hold on to, every day doing this. I'm from northern Minnesota. It's not bad, but cold to others. Winter is trying to hang on today, though. Thank you, Nene. Subscribe and hit that like. I appreciate you. Yup. I caught up. Yup. See your parents. Yup. Exactly, Black. Yup. But then they be like, who you know this area? How you know that area? Cause you always had me outside. That's a fact. Yo, how'd you? Yeah, I used to get far, mama. Like, how you? Yeah, we was on the other side of town, baby. But yeah, man, the good old days of just going outside with a couple of bicycles, or not even, just walking, chilling, talking, play basketball in the courts, and then went to the store with $1, got a drink and bag of chips. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Like $1, man. They destroyed our dollar, man, on purpose. Expensive, yeah, it is, Ethan. It really is, man. It really is, and that's why, like, you got to do your homework. But it's funny because the places that rent is cheap, there's not that much economy going, right? So you might be working at an In-N-Out or some shit. But then the places that have a teensy bit of economy, they want to charge $5 grand a month. So, like, you just find the medium, find a profession or a trade that is going to stick around and AI won't take from you. So I think mechanics, I think engineers, I think we're still going to need construction workers. I think we're still going to need somebody in the restaurant industry, right? Waiters and dishwashers and stuff like that. We were supposed to stay I in the development, but I took my moped miles away. Shorty said, moped out of here, right? A little two joint. Yeah, I'm out of here. That's a fact. And we took it like, we weren't scary. Like, oh, somebody's gonna, like, we weren't thinking of bad. Like, oh, I'm a trip, and our brains weren't built like that. We were more like journey. Where am I? What's over here? I know a friend. Whatever. It was just cool times, man. But shout out to everybody. I'm sorry I gotta do this, but I got 1 minute on my shit. It's about to die. But shout out to everybody. We had a great conversation. It's $8 random. Thanks for the new subs. Thanks for everybody giving me thumbs up. 13 on them. Appreciate everybody on a good Friday. Black, enjoy the rest of the time at the park. Nene, have a great day. Ethan, thank you, everybody. Chris Day, what's going on, Gigi? Stay positive, man. Miss Gov, thank you for everything, man. Cheeseburger, appreciate you. Here we go. Black again. Miss God, GG. Roy, what's going on, Roy? Thank you, everybody. Cool Breeze. I appreciate everybody, man. For real. And I got a couple of names I know I'm a miss. Oh, Monster. Yeah. Monster was dropping them joints. Yeah, man. We had a great conversation, everybody, man. I don't want to Ethan, Just. Yeah, it was a lot of cool people in this room. We had a great day. Later, Nene, have a great day, Ma. Everybody have a great one. Stay positive. Stay y'all random. $8. Peace. Everybody have a great day. It got hot. I got to jump in that shop. Yo, fucking hot. Nigga, sweat. Peace. $8 random. Thank you, everybody. Later, y'all.